Vamos aqui de volta. Vou explorando aqui. Que é um pouco... Mas eu quero que você queira.
Eu não quero. Eu vou fazer o que quiser.
Ok. Eu quero que você saia apertando todos os botões que você vê pela frente. Eu acho que eu não jogo muito porque eu tenho preguiça mesmo. Eu acho muito cansativo ficar mexendo o dedo assim. Eu acho cansativo ficar mexendo o dedo. Sei lá. Tenho muita preguiça. E parece que eu tô gastando muita energia, me dá fome, tô com fome. Bom, tá bom, entra naquela sala, por favor. Aquela sala que tem a porta enorme. Não, não é tão enorme assim, mas enfim. Isso. Que é final um pouco sem graça, mas tem a opção de ser menos sem graça.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Ok, então. Se eu apertar off, vai desligar. Então. Não sei o que fazer. Desliga.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Estou livre!
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Obrigada, @Deus. Estou livre desse mundo cruel. É isso, gente. Voltamos. Bom, agora eu quero que você faça as suas escolhas. Eu não tenho mais escolhas para fazer. Então agora o Matheus está jogando.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes?
Days?
Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
Eu e a Alice, né? Que daqui a pouco ela começa a gritar aqui. Eu ia meter um rotão, mas
When Stanley came to a set
tem
of
nem
2
seguidor
open
direito, não
doors,
posso meter
he
um
entered
rotão
the
assim do
door on
nada.
his left.
Então,
This was
infelizmente,
not the correct way to the meeting room,
vai
and
ficar lá
Stanley
só
knew it
pra
perfectly
10ª live.
well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room.
Vou
But
aproveitar
eager
pra
to
fazer o
get back to
merchan
business,
no meu
Stanley took
Instagram.
the first open door on his left.
@YeezyP. O mesmo nome que tem aqui. O mesmo user. Obrigada, filha.
Stanley was so
Então,
bad
se
at
você
following
quiser,
directions, it's
é só
incredible he wasn't
ir lá
5 years
seguir.
ago.
Também tem canal no YouTube. Esse vídeo também vai pro YouTube. Luiz e Amorim.
Look,
Eu já
Stanley, I
gravei
think perhaps
vídeo
we've gotten
de
off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy,
outras
really,
coisas
I'm not.
diferentes.
I realize that
E eu postei por
investing
lá.
your trust in someone
Pra quem
else
não
can be
sabe que eu tenho um
difficult,
canal.
but the fact is that the
De jogo
story
também já
has been
gravei,
about
porém nunca
nothing but
postei.
you all this
Então,
time. There's someone
esse
you've
é o
been
primeiro jogo que eu
neglecting,
estou postando
Stanley.
no canal.
Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop
Espero
trying
que
to make
vocês estejam
every
gostando.
decision by yourself. Now, I'm
Eu
not
vi.
asking for me,
Mas eu nem
I'm
vi como é que
asking
você
for
chegou aí.
her.
Nem vi qual foi a
This
decisão
is
que
it,
você tomou.
Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life.
Tá.
She's been waiting.
Eu não sabia que eu tinha... Não sabia que tinha outro caminho. Bom, eu não prestei atenção, eu acho.
That's her, Stanley.
Eita.
You need to be the
Duas
one to
escolhas
do
sempre são
this,
melhores.
to reach out to
Apertar.
her. If you can truly...
Ah, é verdade, a escadaria foi legal. Nem sei como eu sugeri. Acho que ele tenta reiniciar, né? Ele foi e me deu uma linha.
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
Pô.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Teletransportou pelo telefone?
Right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Uma pessoa.
Gotcha.
Tá, não é
Oh,
uma
come
pessoa.
on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to
Mas é
commit their life to
diferente.
you? I'm trying to make a point
faz
here,
feliz?
Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Putz. Só deve ter bugado. Perdemos um pouco da fala do narrador. Provavelmente vocês ouviram. Mas a gente não conseguiu ouvir. Tava muito embaixo. Deixa assim, daqui a pouco volta. Gente,
This
quem
is a
é essa
very
mulher?
sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Ok, então vou apertar B. Não é no controle B? Isso parece ser uma casa. Ou uma salinha. Vai fazer um pouco de eco porque a gente precisa do som. Não tá sem legenda, a gente precisa ouvir a TV. Ah, mamãe, mandou apertar Y. Oxi. Bom, vou diminuir um pouco. Minha filha tá fugindo. Bom, vou passar o comando para o Matheus agora.
Eu pego a...
O que eu vou fazer com essa mulher aí? Se ela tá tentando me matar.
Tenta falar com o celular.
Oi, tá me ouvindo? Ok, aperte RT. Vamos de televisão. A televisão não ligou, né, amores? Oi, querida, tudo bem? Eu quero assistir televisão. Eu apertei RT e não foi. Y. Os comandos não estão indo. Bom, eu não sei se vai acontecer alguma coisa. Bom, gente, descobrimos uma parte do jogo que não faz sentido na minha cabeça. LT para preparar o jantar. Então vamos ali. LT. Ah, não tá acontecendo nada. Ok. Amor, deu uns comandos aqui. Ó, LT para preparar o jantar. RT para ligar a TV. Mas não tá funcionando.
Você apertou o LT?
Apertei RT para ligar a TV. E LT pro almoço.
Tirar para contar. Ah, apertar. Só vai seguir o comando. Você virou o Stanley. Você está botões aleatórios.
Mas não tá acontecendo nada. Não sei o que tá acontecendo. Eu acho que eu vou reiniciar. Porque não tá acontecendo nada. Aperte LB para dizer as coisas que você ama. Eu te amo. Aperte LB para dizer a sua esposa que você ama.
Tá chegando ao fim.
Eu vou esperar mais um minuto, senão eu vou reiniciar. Não sei se vocês estão ouvindo umas treta no fundo, mas são problemas técnicos aqui em casa. Minha filha é muito bagunceira, gente. Bom, então vamos ao trabalho. Mandou apertar Y para ir ao trabalho pela manhã, então eu já dormi e já acordei.
Que linda sua esposa.
Ah, minha esposa é maravilhosa, né?
Botões. E agora
Ok, então não tá funcionando, então eu vou sair daqui. Ué, o quê?
se ainda vier. Tenta sair, tenta abrir a porta.
Mas não tá acontecendo nada. Vem comando, mas não funciona. Não acontece nada. Eu já tô no trabalho.
Será?
Ó, não tá acontecendo nada. Deu um... Não sei se o jogo bugou ou se é pra ficar igual um idiota aqui na sala mesmo. Mas eu acho que eu vou reiniciar. Então é isso, vamos lá, recomeçar. Vai, faz suas escolhas que eu quero ver o que você tem para nos mostrar.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work.
Eu acho que é os dois.
Can you verify that this is...
Não. Não, tá escrito nenhum dos dois. Não sei. Vê o outro.
Correct?
Você tá ajudando a gente a jogar?
Excellent. Your order will
Entendi.
arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Tá, sem legenda não dá. Então o que que a gente faz? Reinicia o jogo?
Ah, mas não, vai lá.
Ok. Será que ele desistiu da gente?
When Stanley came to a set of two
Ué.
open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime,
Okay,
a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Ah, eu virava. E tinha que ir reto. Não, você foi reto.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Ok.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm
Bom,
not.
ele disse que teve uma
I
ideia.
realize that investing in
Então
your
vamos ver
trust
qual
in
ideia
someone
foi
else
essa.
can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this
Eu
time.
acho que ali esse é o melhor
There's someone you've
comentarista,
been
né, amor?
neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why,
Como que a
I don't know
pessoa
how to
pensa no
convince
jogo?
you
Como
of
é que ela
this,
pensa em
but
todas
I
as
really do
possibilidades que
want to
pode
help
ocorrer no
you,
jogo?
to show you
Tem
something
que-
beautiful.
Nossa, vai
Look,
ficar um
let me prove it.
anos
Let me
criando isso.
prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen
que
carefully, this is
legal.
important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Era isso que eu queria.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
E outra, eu tô usando isso errado, mas e o que acontece se eu entrar na porta vermelha?
É. Mas eu acho que ele vai te jogar dentro da porta vermelha.
É, mas e se eu tivesse seguido de primeiro?
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Isso é o quê?
Azul.
Boa.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Então, vamos ver. Ainda não, acho. Ai, meu
In
Deus.
this game, the baby crawls
Ele
left
mesmo.
towards danger.
Então, eu
You
citei
click the
esse
button
bebê
to
na
move him
primeira
back to
live.
the right, and if he reaches the
podem
fire,
assistir.
you fail.
Se tiver no
It's a
YouTube,
very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands
Se não,
of
procura.
family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Tá, mas alguém fica aí.
Se eu ficar 4 horas fazendo isso, o jogo vai ser...
Ninguém pode descobrir, né? Você não quer descobrir? Ah, é volta, sem graça. Bota fogo nesse bebê logo. Ué, amor, você salvou ele? Mas ele não vai morrer de verdade, vai.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here?
Vai, Minecraft.
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Agora. Então, quando vocês quiserem jogar um jogo que vocês não têm, vocês podem entrar nesse jogo e...
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the
Esse
one
jogo nem
thing
pesa,
you've
né?
always desired. A game
bem
I had
levinho, nós
absolutely
estamos jogando
nothing to do
Minecraft.
with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley.
Mas eu disse que uns
Will
2
it
gigas,
ever
mas tipo,
be
GTA
enough?
é quanto?
Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for
60
you.
gigas, então...
From now on, I will
Minecraft
only
deve ser
create
tipo
to
isso, porque
fulfill a
Minecraft tem
greater
muito
artistic
gráfico, né?
purpose. Watch this, Stanley.
coisa.
I'm going to build a house.
Por que você não tá subindo? Não dá pra subir?
This will go here.
Aperta L2,
here. And
R2. Tentou tudo?
Let's see, what
se
does it
compete
need?
com Minecraft.
Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable. Isn't it grand? Isn't it
casa é bem
perfect?
legal.
It could only be better
Ele é
if...
muito arquiteto,
Wait,
cara.
that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Pronto, agora nós estamos pouco livres.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light? Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Ok. Vamos ver o que temos agora.
Pô, eu filmo isso.
A gente tinha que ter gravado isso na primeira vez que a gente jogou, porque agora a gente já sabe mais ou menos o que tá acontecendo, né?
I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box
Mas
with
olha
no
que
way out,
doideira.
listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Então, na verdade, por eu ter essa escolha, eu só tinha que seguir reto. Eu tava tão focada no que tinha que fazer, e desviando, mas focada, que eu nem reparei que tinha que comer reto. Isso mudaria tudo.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me, I've had enough. So, why don't you get cozy in this room, and if you have any grand revolutionary ideas for the perfect video game, you can just sit there and let it ball up inside you for all eternity. I don't need your advice. I don't need your ratings. And I certainly don't need the validation of a man whose job is to push buttons. I think I'll just go about my business, making meaningful cultural contributions to the world. And perhaps every now and then, I'll think back to a man named Stanley who was objectively wrong in every decision he ever made.
Verdade, vai ser
The
muito
thought won't
linda.
last long.
Deita aqui,
Goodbye,
mamãe.
Stanley. Good luck with your work. And I sincerely hope that everyone lives happily ever after.
Então vai, vamos lá. Nós pulamos, Alice. Tá caindo. Opa. Ai, vem, levanta, filha. Vamos lá. Mandou agachar?
Não.
Ah, tá. Opa! Então nós estamos na primeira versão do jogo. Ou talvez na segunda, que já mostrou umas salas bem piores do que essa. Ou depois que teve um apocalipse. Sei lá. Provavelmente é isso. Nossa sala! Parece evoluído, mas abandonado. Né?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
É isso. Tem alguma outra escolha pra fazer? Entrar na porta vermelha? Então vamos. Vamos ver o que
All of his
acontece entrando
co-workers
pela
were
porta
gone.
vermelha.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Obrigada, Alice.
When Stanley came to a set of two
Come.
open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire
Olha o
it.
que nós temos aqui.
Standing now in this incredible
Wow.
room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to
Vai
business,
lá mostrar pra
Stanley
vovó.
took the first open door on his left.
Mostra pra vovó, vai lá.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Opa. Sim. Então, uma porta.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Meu Deus.
Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Será? Espera alguma coisa. Então não dá pra você pular daí. Eu queria poder enxergar as estrelas assim, porque na verdade é tudo assim, né? A gente não vê. Agora dá pra sentir que você fumou maconha. Será? Não quer ficar mais um pouco? Quero, tá muito perfeito. Olha essas estrelas. Vamos botar a estrela aí e botar a música dele pra gente dormir. Bom, ok, vamos então meter o pé daí.
No, wait.
Ué.
Where are you going? Right. Where were we?
Mas a sala não ficou branca. Vamos falar assim. Volta lá. Será que ele quer que a gente espere? Dá um pouco de medo isso aí. Tava assim não, né? Tá, então... Só voltar. Você gostou mesmo, né?
Oh no! Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Então, amor, não morra.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
Eu sei que isso não deve ser feito, mas...
No! What did we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here. You heard me before, didn't you? You will die! What about this isn't getting through to you?
Sim.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Ah, então é o fim. Então, não se mate. Mas não tem mais o que fazer. Jogada terminada que a gente vai morrer agora. A gente vai ter que morrer mesmo. Como que a gente vai saber que a gente zerou esse jogo? Acho que a gente nunca vai saber. Mesmo que a gente veja um vídeo no YouTube de alguém dizendo que zerou, pode ser que não tenha zerado. Meu Deus.
You are going to stay here, aren't you?
Ai, que horror! Vai com sua vida. Ok, embaixo da escada não tem nada? Então, o Matheus vai se automatar a si próprio.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing. No! Oh, thank God. You lived. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this? There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really... Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
Jogou embaixo da escada de novo. O outro pode abaixar. Aquela porta pode abrir, não? Não, lá em cima tinha uma porta de madeira.
Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
Ué, não é mais uma porta? Ah, tá aí. Dá um soco lá abaixo, senhor.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Será que ali não a porta de novo?
Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me? I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I wish I still thought that was possible.
E aí, o que temos para reservado? Acho que vai ter que pular de novo. Até ele querer te ajudar.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Bom, então é isso. Deve ter mais escolha pra fazer, mas acho que tá bom por enquanto. Então, vamos parar por aqui, que já estamos bastante tempo jogando esse jogo. E não acontece nada. Sempre volta pra esse fim aí. Eu acho que esse jogo não tem fim na realidade. É só pra enrolar a gente. Então... Ou na verdade o fim é dentro dessa sala e a gente não precisa nem sair dela.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit.
Bom,
Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
Quando eu achar um jogo maneiro, eu trago aqui pra vocês de novo. Não se esqueça aí de seguir, se inscrever, não sei por onde você tá vendo esse vídeo. Valeu, tchau!